DIECAST NORBZ is a channel devoted to the teen to adult toy collector, pop culture fans, and fellow nerd enthusiasts. This is a PG-13 channel. I might say so. Viewer and parental discretion is advised. Hello to all my hooligans and scallywags, and welcome to a new edition of DIECAST NORBZ Activate. I am DIECAST NORBZ, your galactic hooligan. And what a time to be alive, what a time to be alive right now. We are at the 40-year mark for Transformers, and it's a great time. It's a happy birthday to the Transformers, by the way. Happy birthday to every single thing that actually made it into our lore, that actually made this lore exactly what it actually is, this franchise. I love this franchise so much. Also, Agatha Harkness comes on. Tonight is Wednesday, so it's coming on tonight with my bae Aubrey Plaza in there, and I can't tell you how much I love her, but I do love her. You know, Aubrey Plaza, call me. In any case, I really appreciate you all coming back once again. Welcome back to the show. Today we're actually going to be checking out Transformers Legacy UNITED Ferak. And I have actually been waiting for this guy for a while. At first, I was actually going to use this guy to round off CYCLONUS Armada, you know? But now I'm actually hearing that he's actually doing his own thing with another couple of characters and everything from the Transformers universe. So it looks like that this guy is actually kind of like a part of a subgroup, not necessarily the pirate group, but there's another small grouping that he's actually a part of, and I'm actually here for it. I love this so much. Welcome to the show. If you haven't already, please hit the like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That lets me know that I might be doing a pretty good job over here. Also helps me defeat the algorithm gods that are actually plaguing me, as well as helping me to come back and entertain you guys with my tales of like all of these bots and everything that I actually, where each and every one of my reviews actually goes on way too long than it should and everything like that, but I am just excited about talking about these guys. Also, if you get a chance, go and check out my dude Super Robot Ed. He is actually on the YouTubes. He actually has the most marvelous rant about having a G1 Blaster Megatron that is just superb. Mwah, chef's kiss, and I love it so much and everything, you know what I mean? And like, as far as having a Studio Series 86 Megatron is actually concerned, I can't wait. But we also have another product that's actually coming up pretty soon and everything, and I cannot wait to see that in hand also and everything, you know? So like, I'm actually just like, kind of like, really thinking about hitting the switch to actually like have me order that guy and everything. I'm just not exactly sure about the aftermarket prices on him and everything, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. For now, it's actually all about Ferak and all of his amazingness, and I can't wait to check this guy out. He is looking amazing on the side profile right over here. I love this altogether. We're not necessarily getting the same silvery effect or anything like that. I wish we did, but there he goes in the back of the box, and that's all you need to know about him so far. And if you I pray thee, stay with me for a while and everything. Check this out, and then I am super happy that you're all here. Let's get over to our stage. Oh, who lives in the gutters of Cybertron City? It's time for Ferak, and it's time for Ferak, everyone. And this guy is really, really cool. I didn't really know if I was actually going to get as much mileage as I actually am on him or anything like that, but like, he is very, very cool. Just had to fix my lights here and everything so you can actually see all the incredible evil that's actually coming off of Ferak here and everything. And hold on, just let me adjust a little bit more. And can I say that he kind of, and I'm actually really like I'm really happy when like my figures actually kind of like looks like the robot devil and everything like that. And I really think that that's exactly the way Ferak actually looks here. Look at his chiseled features here and everything like that. He just kind of looks like he actually kind of like looks like he's actually from the what's that movie called again? Legion. you know, where you actually have that one character and everything like that who is the actual devil and everything, who actually pops up with his horns and like his chiseled features. There's a lot of him over here that actually even reminds me of Calibos from Clash of the Titans. That's the movie, because like those chiseled features are actually super amazing. I'm loving what we're actually getting with these yellow eyes over here and everything like that. The really sharp Roman nose here and everything, you know, like that's actually very cool. I'm loving these chiseled features for his chin right over here, and like the fact that we actually have like all this snarled effect over here on his teeth and everything. I can't even like give you a good, hold on, I need to do this. Sometimes a little bit more light on the situation is actually needed here, and it almost looks like he actually has like a little bit of a snarled kind of like tooth thing going on the inside of his mouth here and everything like that, you know. I'm loving this chin over here also. That's actually very cool. And I love the fact that his face is actually red as Trax's face and everything, you know. So that's actually always just so cool. I love this so much. And just let me bring this out here. I love all of this detailing over here and everything. He actually has a lot of detailing that we actually had with CYCLONUS, except like he's actually like sculpted a little differently in here and everything, but like mostly we actually have like kind of like almost the same thing and everything like that. We'll actually have this chest. He actually has like a couple of little cuts over here and everything that kind of like make more of a vest for him than anything else. He still has the same cut right over here by his abdominal area, but now we actually have this kind of like more graded kind of like thing going over here and everything for his stomach, so that's really cool. We actually still have that control crystal and everything, still the same kind of like short detail and everything like that also, and everything like his trousers very much the same that it's actually on CYCLONUS and everything. Then we actually have his legs still sculpted the same, but I love the darker gunmetal, or like I don't even want to call it gunmetal. I want to call it like, it's actually kind of like more of an onyx kind of a look to it than everything, more than anything else, you know. His red knees right over here, and his red boots. I never know exactly why they always color the face the same color as the boot and everything like that. It almost makes me feel as though he's actually running around barefoot or something like that, you know, but like, there we go. And then in the back, we actually have the same, like, the same cockpit that CYCLONUS actually comes with also, you know, but like everything is actually super flush still. And then we actually have like the new wing detail over here. We're actually getting these outtakes right over here and everything like that, combined with these new blasters over here and everything that you can actually kind of like, you can take off and put on back again and everything like that. And they actually have like a little wedge right over here that actually goes into that slot, and you can actually also use those as ulterior blasters also, you know, so like that's actually really nice as well. Now mine are actually like a little loose and everything, so that's why I'm usually going to be leaving it on his wingtips more than anything else, you know. But aside from that, he's actually just very cool. I really like his design. I want to like it more, but I really thought that he was actually going to be coming with like a lot more silver all over his body and everything like that. So that's where he actually kind of like loses it for me, because like over here we have kind of like more of that kind of like almost model-esque quality, more model-esque quality plastic here and everything. It's actually kind of like got that really like a good gray going for it and everything, you know, but it's actually kind of like more of a lighter gray, and it's not like Michael Bay gray or anything like that, but it's actually gray enough and everything, you know what I mean? We have like red kneecaps. We actually have the underside right over here that actually has this paint and everything like that, so that's actually really nice. And as always, I love it when the shoulders kind of like get dislodged and you actually have like all this added architecture right over here on the bottom of his armpit right over here, so that's always really nice. And then he actually still comes with the blaster that CYCLONUS actually came with, but unpainted. So that's actually cool. You know, it's actually cool. It's not like the most amazingly really nice thing that I can actually think of or anything like that, but it's cool though. I actually kind of like leave that lodged right underneath his left arm and everything, because like, as far as like characters actually go, I don't have like a whole lot of lefties in my group or anything like that. Usually like my characters carrying blasters usually are right-handed more than anything else, but there we are. And he's actually nice. I really like him. But like I said, I want to like him a lot more. And they be pirates for true, my lords and lasses, because right over here we actually have the new Star Raider emblem right there, and that's actually really cool. It kind of looks kind of more like an arm tattoo more than anything else, which I dig. But I also kind of wish that we actually had a Decepticon symbol someplace. Now, in a lot of comic iterations, I see that he actually has the Decepticon emblem right on his forehead, right here or something. So I'm actually kind of like really contemplating putting a Decepticon emblem right on his head. So I'm kind of like thinking about that, or maybe putting an emblem like right over here on his chest or something like that. We'll see exactly how I actually feel. I'm actually kind of liking this look, and I'm also kind of like thinking that the comic book styling of him might make more of a difference to me than anything else, you know? So there we are. His articulation follows as such. He actually can turn 360 all the way around here and everything. He's actually on a ball joint. He's got a stem that actually makes him go all the way up. It can actually bring him all the way down like this, so he can actually look menacing at you and everything like that, you know? So that's actually really nice. You actually have these wing pieces that kind of come in and out just like so. You actually have like a 360 right on his arm, uninhibited. You can bring his arm all the way out like this, and that's actually really awesome. He actually does have bicep rotation right over here at the right between the the lower elbow and his bicep right here, so that's actually really nice. You actually have 90 degrees right over here on his arm bend, so that's really cool. You actually have a wrist articulation also, that's really nice. You actually have waist articulation right over here, but it's underneath his waist going right into his crotch area and everything, so that's always an interesting choice for me. I never know exactly why they actually separate it right there, but again, it's actually kind of like more for transformation than anything else. So there we are. We can actually have a good kick like so. We can actually bring his leg all the way back like that. He actually has thigh rotation right over here. You can actually, now the legs are always weird to me and everything. Just like on CYCLONUS, you actually still have this whole thing where he is actually disjointed right over here for transformation. Usually I kind of like leave it like this, and this one is actually really stiff, I think more due to the paint than anything else. So you can actually bring it all the way back just like so, and then you'd actually kind of like have to struggle with it. I hope yours is like maybe a little bit better or something. Mine is actually stiff. I like it being stiff actually, but like at the same time there's like this point of like being scary stiff more than anything else. So that's what I'm actually saying right there. And then we actually have toe flexion right over here. You can tilt his toe, so that's actually really nice to a good degree with these boots, with this boot cut here and everything, so that's actually really nice. And then you actually have a little bit of flexion right over here due to transformation and everything. So there we are, and that is Ferak in his robot mode. And just let me give you a couple of comparisons. First off, I'm going to give you CYCLONUS and Ferak here, and CYCLONUS really is still as good as when I first got him. He is just so awesome. He's so awesome. I haven't really noticed a whole lot in the discoloration of his legs or anything like that just yet. It could be because like my house might be, the house that I'm actually living in right now might be a little bit more even tempered and everything. So like we'll see exactly how that changes in years to come. but he is still so good though. He's still so good, and I kind of like feel as though he's probably like the best out of any one of the incarnations that has actually been made from this mold type. Also, you gotta love light piping and everything, you know what I mean? Which Ferak does not come with. His eyes are actually kind of like more light, or actually more painted in more than anything else. But light piping, buddy, light piping. I love this so much. Anything that actually has like good light piping, great light piping, it's always a win for me. The Star Raider and his Captain Thundertron here, and they look great together. I really love it. There's someone else that's actually going to be like a better leader for Ferak though, you know what I mean? I'm not lying here. But I'm actually waiting for that package to come over to me. Oh my gosh, this is going to be great. Let's pretend Windblade is a Star Raider too. Hey, it's Windblade. And enemies, just because Trax actually comes from the upper east side of town, it's Trax. So usually I like to start these guys off in vehicular mode and then have them explode into robot mode. But I thought that I'd actually kind of like go through robot mode first and everything like that, because it's actually very, very cool to me, you know? I really like it a lot. But there is a lot to be desired as far as like the paint is actually concerned. I really wanted him to be more of a silver more than anything else, you know what I mean? But like, let us get into the vehicular mode and let's take it from there. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, and shit! Ferak from robot mode to his spaceship mode or starship mode is actually very cool, and is actually the same as you actually have it on a Cyclonus. If you already have a Cyclonus, you know exactly how to transform him, but here we go. First off, I'm actually going to start off by doing this and then kind of like going over here, just rotating his hands just a little bit and then bringing them inside, because there we go. Like, if you actually bring it the other side, the other way around, the thumb is actually going to get in the way. And hold on, just let me bring you over here. So the thumb will actually get in the way of like transforming it and everything like that. So that'll actually give you a more smooth enclosure. So we're actually going to do that again. And we're actually going to come over here and then bring this hand the opposite way around. And there we go. And if you actually really wanted to, you could actually use this as blaster arms and everything like that also, which actually kind of like gives you a little bit more fun value for these figures and everything all together. So there we are. And now let's bring his wings out, and we're actually going to flip this little piece right over here and then bring his arm around and then bring this peg all the way over here, and then we're actually gonna peg this right in. We're gonna slot this right into the peg slot right over here, and then just kind of like just jimmy that in a little bit. And then on the other side, we actually have this little piece right over here that's actually a part of the wing. So let's bring that down, and then just let's bring this arm just like so, where the wing is actually kind of like more on the outside here. And then just bring all of this in and then just enclose it. And there goes most of the wing all done. Just wanted to give you a little bit more light on this situation. Now let's get over here and we'll actually dislodge him right over here and over here. And then from here on, we'll actually open up his chest like so, and then open up his back compartment like so. And then if you want to, you can actually just kind of like bring this around so we can actually give him a little bit of space clearance right here. So from here on, we're actually going to give this whole entire section of the body just like a spin right over here. And then we're actually just gonna open this up and then bring out that nose cone right over here, and then just encapsulate that right there, and then bring down the landing gear. The landing gear will actually come in to be important a little bit later, but let's get all of this snapped right back here. And then from here, we'll actually go over to the feet. We'll actually go over to the back of the legs. We'll bring out his thrusters. We'll bring his feet in, which is actually really clever. I really like this a lot. So there we go. We'll bring his feet in just like so. And then we'll actually bring his thrusters down. They snap in like right over his feet. Really nice. I love the way they do that. We're actually just going to then come over here and peg everything right over here in the middle, and then down here at where the thrusters actually end. And then we'll actually come over here and then just bend his legs a little bit from this point. On mine, it's really, really tight. So you just want to keep on bending that until you actually get this formation, and then just rock this all the way into those cavities right over there. And then we'll just bend this a little bit because from here on, we're actually going to be bringing this whole entire upper cockpit. Let's bring this up a little bit here and a little bit here. There we go. And now let's bring that whole entire cockpit all the way around just like this. And then over here, we're actually going to come over here and put these pegs right into that slot right there. There we go. And then we'll actually bring these all the way back down around here. And then we'll bring this piece all the way down around his legs, just like so. And then we can actually come over here and then just peg this little piece right into, like, right where the leg is there. And then we'll bring this over and then we'll slot this right in here. And now we'll just tighten everything up a little bit, and then we'll bring this blaster just like so. And there we go. And now we actually have Ferak in Star Cruiser mode. This is really nice. I've always loved this form and everything, you know, especially done on CYCLONUS, but this guy is really not too shabby whatsoever or anything like that. Like, I love the fact that we actually have two blasters right on the ends of the wings right over here and everything. And if you actually really wanted to take this blaster off, you could. And there we go, that's him without it. And like, this jet form is so dynamic. I really love it. I really love the Conquest styled wings that we actually have over here, where they're forward facing and everything and ready for battle. I love this so much. It's so cool. And just the Cadillac version of this coming in right over here. You can almost see Galvatron in the middle over there or something, you know what I mean? Like, that's actually really great. Every time I see this jet mode, it's just really no less stunning in any color. And then once we actually get the blaster right back over here, you actually have just a really, really great starship over here. You know, it's so nice. I love all the detailing that's actually going on over here. And it's a lot more different than where we actually had CYCLONUS. Right over here, we have ridges on the front, right over here on the front of the nose cone and everything. I love the actual stripe that's actually put over here, and like all the dynamic, like blacks and whites that are actually going on in here and everything. I love the reddish orange that's actually going on over here in the window. I kind of wish that it was actually just like a stark red. You know, like that would have actually been great. Or like maybe like use like a purple color or something like that on the inside over here or something. Something that was like a little bit more different from what we actually had with CYCLONUS and everything. They actually did, I guess, have to like save in a couple of like areas and everything here and there and everything like that. But like, I guess this is one of the reasons why we're actually getting Ferak in this CYCLONUS mode. But I like all the changes that they actually did to him and everything. There goes the bottom of it. It's actually all very, very clean. He's always, like, this form is actually always such a very clean form and everything, you know? And the changes that were actually made over here were, like, mostly over here in the nose cone and everything, you know, like, especially right here and everything. The color changes are actually just, like, just very stark and everything like that. It's actually kind of like, we actually have, like, a little bit more graying and, like, a little bit more silvering going over here. The major change is actually pretty much by the wing and everything, you know? We have these intakes going right over here, and that's actually really nice. I like this a lot. But like, just very, very cool. I love it so much. It looks like it's sleek, fast. My only problem with this is that I really wish that this was actually done in more of a silver more than anything else, because he looks like he could have actually been like something that was actually used in The Mandalorian or something. I really love this jet form. It would have been so much cooler if it was actually all in silver, or if it gleamed somehow or something, you know what I mean? Because like, that's how I'm actually kind of feeling that this character is and everything more than anything else. He's very cool though. I really like it a lot. I don't know, like, I'm two ways about it. I like it, and I kind of wish we could have actually gotten something, like, something more than, like, another version of CYCLONUS, because I really wanted CYCLONUS to just be, like, a standalone figure on his own and everything, but, this really isn't bad. I really like this a lot. Anyway, let's go to comparisons. And when you're ready for him to come in for a landing, all you want to do is kind of, like, just bring out his landing gear over here. And that's one thing that I have to say that's really nice about this, is that this guy actually has actual landing gear. Landing gear is actually one of those things that you can actually put onto a jet, and I will love it forever. But there we go. And this is actually Ferak with Thundertron, Ferak and Windblade, Ferak and Starship Mode tracks. I mean, I know this is actually supposed to be flipped on the other side, but you play with him how you want. This is my Starship Mode right over here, and I love it. And here goes Ferak and CYCLONUS. Again, you can actually kind of like see exactly what I'm actually talking about, like CYCLONUS and all his like purple glory here and everything, you know what I mean? And like everything about this guy is actually super dynamic, including the elongated nose clone over here and everything. And it kind of like makes you feel like he's actually like a chariot or something, you know what I mean? Like he's actually super, super cool. Ferak also is actually very cool in like other ways, but like the fact that it just kind of like looks a little bit more like he isn't as ready for the battle as CYCLONUS actually is, you know what I mean? I mean, they're both doing like almost the same thing, except just like a little differently and everything, you know? I love like how aerial and like stealthy this guy actually looks and everything like that. And this guy looks like he's actually like a little bit more heavy duty, a little bit more like a little bit more in the way of like kind of like more of a bounty hunter's jet and everything like that more than anything else. But in stark comparisons between the both of them, I still prefer CYCLONUS more than anything else. He's actually amazing. He's no less amazing. He's very cool. I think the one thing that would have actually like made a lot more of a difference to me would have probably been like more of a silvery look to him and everything. Even over here, even in the picture over here, we actually have more of a silvery look for him and everything. I love it. And where are the blast effects? I kind of wish that we actually had like more blast effects. Like I kind of wish we actually had these green blast effects right over here or something like that, so we can actually put them on the tips of Ferak's blasters right over here and everything like that, and maybe one for the front and everything. I just wish we had more blast effects for these guys. I mean, I think that would have actually been like the proverbial icing on the cake. I just wish we had more blast effects for these guys, because like these guys actually deserve it. I think really each and every one of these new figures that we're actually getting now and everything just really deserves like their own dedicated set of blast effects altogether. That would actually be nice. It would actually kind of like be the icing on the proverbial cake with these guys. And the enemy of my enemy is truly my friend, as we have Windblade over here, saddened by the events that actually led up to the death of her friend Maxima and Canimus. Autobots and Decepticons fighting against the real threat, or what they perceive to be the real threat, of the Star Raiders. And only Ferak knowing the real deal as he awaits the calling of his master. So all in all, I am having a lot of fun with these guys and everything, and Ferak is actually a very cool character. Dead lighting for my camera aside and everything like that, so like I'm actually working with this and trying to like work with this late at night and everything, but really this guy is really not bad. Again, I really wish that they actually came with their own blast effects, because I could actually see him coming with these green blast effects. I had them on hand and everything. Thank goodness I actually had them on hand, but I really do think it's about time for these guys to actually have their own blast effects coming along with them and everything, you know, because they're still making the blast effect compatibility and everything. So it would be nice if something actually led to another, and then, you know, like the costs were actually worked into having these little pieces of plastic joy come in with us and come in with these new figures, you know what I mean? Hasbro, Takara, right? You know, like, I think that would be great. But Ferak is actually cool. If you have a chance to go off and find him, please do, because he's actually a very cool figure. Like I said before, notwithstanding, he's actually a great design. I only have like a couple of like little things that I'm nitpicking about, and one of the things that I'm actually thinking about right now is putting a Decepticon symbol right on his noggin right over here and everything. Otherwise than that, he's great. I wish he had the real paint, but he's great though. So like, if you have a chance to, you should find him. If you find him, you will enjoy him. I guarantee you that. Anyway, let's get on to final thoughts in just a moment. Let me just have him look up at you menacingly. Yeah, there you go. So Ferak is such a great figure. I really like him a lot, withstanding of all the colors that I'm actually wanting him to have, like how much I actually want him to gleam. He really does stand out nonetheless and everything. I think it's actually all the red and the darker colors that are actually used in contrast and everything, but he's really interesting with only the face that should actually be over to Ren Fair and everything like that. That's great. Loving these horns and everything like that. He is just super great. One other thing that I would love for him to have is his own dedicated blast effects, because like that green on him just really makes him pop a lot more and everything. You know, I'm still contemplating the Decepticon symbol right over here on his forehead. I might experiment with it and everything with like a few of the what do you call it, Toy Hacks labels that I actually have still and everything, but like this guy's actually really great. If you get a chance to find him in stores and everything, get him. He is just like really awesome. One thing you have to watch out for though is that he's already in kind of like a crouching position when he's actually in box, because he is a very, very tall dude. So once you actually get him out, just like extend his legs and you'll actually have him. And there we go. I really hope you find him, really hope you enjoy him. And that is it for me for tonight. I really appreciate each and every one of you for joining me once again for my trip to Nerddom. I enjoy doing these. I really hope that you actually enjoy me doing these also. If you do, please leave a comment or leave a message for me and everything. You know I'll actually answer. Also, if you actually get a chance to, the subscribe button, it's down there somewhere, I think, like somewhere around this area. Subscribe to me and everything. It actually takes just like a second for you to hit the subscribe button and let the algorithms know that I'm actually here to stay and everything, and that you actually want to see more of DIECAST NORBZ activate. I'd really appreciate it. As always, be good to yourselves and be good to each other. As always, remember, love is an action word. Make sure that you're actually treating yourself with love, devotion, kindness, and mindfully. Make sure you bring that kindness and mindfulness to each and every person out there. Be a light worker for good. Bring that positivity all the way through this whole entire earth, make it spiral through over to the Fibonacci series of the universe, bring it back down here over to HQ, because I could always use that positivity myself. And as always, when these stop being magical, that's when I'll stop collecting. I look forward to talking to each and every single one of you soon.